Welcome to Breaking New Ground, where we look at housing and how it affects you. I'm Eric Mieni. Investing in your home, whether it's an RDP house in Putadichaba or a mansion in Sandton, Johannesburg, increases its value and adds to the quality of your life. Over the last few months, we've encountered some amazing people who have taken their government-given houses and flats and turned them into some lovely homes. We think this is fantastic. To encourage those of you who are yet to do this, we are going to show you exactly how you can do it. And to add to that, we are going to tell you about a great competition where you can win building materials to upgrade your home. Now, to take us through the sometimes complicated process of renovating your home, I introduce Thuli Stole.
Thanks, Eric. Over the next few weeks, I'll be taking you through the process. But before we get into the details, let's take a look at some of the most beautiful homes that we've seen on this show.
Ntlo ya ka e fedile e ntse 3 weeks or e fele go etsa complete we penta ka mogare go ilokela dithaile go ilokela mafestere e ntse ngwaga otlhe and then ke thabela gore ke be ke tsene ka ntlo e fedileng e kgolo ke lokisitse ntlo ya ka mogare ke pentile ke loketse di festere di garteine di raka di old rope e nice ntlo ya ka mogare ka itumella yona.
After I purchased my flat, I was very excited and I needed to do some changes. First thing I decided was to plant some flowers and trees and make the place look beautiful. Then I went into the house and I did an extension of a dining room, an extra bedroom and an en-suite. And I opened a back door at the kitchen so I could have breathing space, and I enjoyed myself after that. The extension was actually done by me and my husband. My husband used to lay the bricks and I used to pass the bricks. And having the eldest son, 36, all of my children, the whole 3 of them, grew up in this home. So this is my palace. The children want to move me out from here to the beaches and here and there, but I won't change my mind. I will live here because this is my palace.
Into endiyithandayo apha ngoba ndikwikhona house nje ijardi yami inkulu ngoku and andisekho kokaxinana bendikuko. And ndiyakwazi nokwenza igadi yokuba ndiyitye ngasemva. Neeblom zam ndiyazithanda, ndithanda amablom kakhulu. Phaya noko bendingakwazi uwalima amablom njengala.
Ntlo ena re thotse fela ile a house with a small basin, a black one. And then with a toilet, then Ronara Kenya, the carpet inside, the toilet stuff and everything, tiles and whatever you see around, a lot of things that we put in this house. Space, we had to put like the tiles, with this own just for the sun and then to cover rain on this door. Okay, and then in this one, kitchen, we had the kitchen, like the plate, and then a little comic and then I chose this color. It's a different color and I like it. Okay, I feel great taking a little bit around na. Kirata dilo tse dintle around na gore go phela go le go gontle go look different and unique. Yeah, that's why ke entse di changes go ntlong ena. It's because I like nice things. I feel great.
Now, I'm sure many of you would like to own a home just like that. It's so hard to believe that they started out as simple council or RDP house.
As I said before, one of the most important advantages of investing in your home is that it increases in value. You might even be surprised by how much. Thuli spoke to Jabulani Mlangeni, an expert in property values in township areas.
Welcome, Jabulani, to BNG. We're pleased to have you with us. Now, I would like to ask you, what is the residential property market like in the townships?
The residential property now lately is booming. The reason being, everybody now is aware that properties, they appreciate, especially if you look after your property.
Now, can actually people invest into their properties in the townships? Is it viable for them to actually invest in and upgrade their properties?
It's viable because, previously, as I said, we used to have the municipality houses.
Yes.
And people, they never had an opportunity to exercise, the selling and everything. If you drive into the townships today, it's so different since 5 years ago. With the improvements, everything now, the market has improved a lot.
Now, this is a typical RDP house in the township. If the owner of this house decided to add in an extra room, bedroom, kitchen, extend the kitchen, add on a ceiling, for instance, and even tile the floor, how does adding those extra features and upgrading it affect the value of the property?
The percentage, it will be about 30. And you can be shocked with the improvements you've done in a property. It might give you 50%.
For the next few weeks, I'll be taking you through the process of upgrading your home, starting with the things that add the most value to a home. Now, if you've already started to renovate your home, you could win yourself building materials to the value of 10,000 rand. All you have to do is please send us a letter with a picture of your home. To tell us more about the competition is Mr. Ndibuwa Mabaya from the National Department of Housing. Mr. Mabaya, welcome to BNG.
Thank you very much.
What is the competition about?
What we are asking of our people, you'll remember that government has delivered more than 2.4 million houses since 1994. And when we started in 1994, some of the houses were smaller. They've been growing bigger, and you know that now in 2004 upwards, we've been building BNG houses, 40 square meter, 2 bedrooms and so on. But there are those houses that were built in 1994. Like any other house, some of them are getting older, the windows are getting old, the doors are getting old. So we are saying to our people, spare some money, buy some little bit of paint your door, put on your girders, do your garden, make sure that you look after your house. And when you have done whatever you can be able to do with the money that you have, then send us a photo. And when you have sent us your photo, we'll be able to do an assessment of all the houses that have been looked after by their owners, and you can be able to win a lot of prizes. We are calling on all the 2 million people who have received this beautiful gift from government to look after it, and you can look after it by investing some of your money in ensuring that the house get better, the house look beautiful for your children, and for it to become an asset. So the competition is simply about, we are calling upon you, this competition is to inspire you to take your responsibility, look after your house, and show the nation what you can do as a proud owner of this gift from government.
How does the competition work?
It's very simple. With the little money that you save, you go and buy a tin of paint, you go and buy gutters there, you can do your own garden, you can plant your own flowers, whatever you can be able to afford to make your house better, to make it beautiful. From there, you take a photo, you post it to us, you email it to us, and when you have done that, we will have received other houses from across the country, all the 9 provinces, and we are hoping that you can be the winner. But if you're not the winner, you will have looked after your house. So when you have done that, we'll then do an adjudication and make sure that the winner is informed, and 9 winners will then be allocated their prizes. And we hope that this prize can then be reinvested into the house, because with this house, you can hand it over to the next generation. You can use it to access finance for your children. And we think if there is anything that can be done to invest in your children's future, is to look after your house.
And why is government investing in this project?
You know, in many countries across the world, we have found that the best gift that you can give to empower a person to get out of poverty is a house. Because with a house, you can do a lot of things. And considering that government has spent more than 50 billion since 1994, we are saying that it is important for government to lead in encouraging people to look after those houses, in encouraging people to realize the asset that they have. Because it's only through a house that you can apply for a loan, you can apply for a whole lot of other things. So a house in South Africa is the biggest gift that you can give to any citizen who is in poverty. And that is why we feel that we can spend money. We are working with a number of partners. But more than that, we think it will also feel very good for anyone who walks into your house. It has got a garden, it has got flowers. There's a saying that we must build a South Africa where flowers can grow. And we think that with a beautiful house, your children can also grow.
We're going to take a short break, and after our break, we're going to be introducing you to the recipients who've benefited from this competition.
Welcome back to this special edition of Breaking New Ground, where we've decided to improve the lives of people who truly deserve it.
Most people upgrade their homes to make them more comfortable. Let's face it, not everyone can save enough money to upgrade their homes. So we selected 2 people who were deserving to have their homes renovated. And every week we're going to show you step by step how we're doing.
Elsie Chabalala, a resident of Alexandra Extension 7, is one of the oldest pensioners in the area.
Gogo, sitshele ukuthi wena uneminyaka engaki uze la eAlex, uze kanjani la eAlexandra?
eAlexandra ngangena ngabantwana bengisebenza emakhishini. Ngazoba nabantwana ngathi ngithola indlu e10 137 ngaphuma lapho ngabuyela emakhishini futhi. Okwesibili umntwana ngimtholele emakhishini naye ngabuya ngaza eAlexandra. Ngasuka eAlexandra ngazothola indlu e14990. Bonke abantu abami bakhulu baqala isikolo belapha. Ya ngina 52 years ngihlala eAlexandra. Kuba ngizophuma namhlanje ngibe la eStation 7.
Ake gogo. Sitshele ke ukuthi uze kanjani la extension 7 ulethwe yini la?
Lapha na kube sipheko esikolo. Manje bathi izikole ezifuneka zonke ziyele phambili e17. Bonke labantu abalapha kulo ndawo kufuneka bathuthiwe basuswe izikolo zinyuke ziye phezulu e17.
Ujabulele le ndlu yakho?
Wo le ndlu ngithandela nje ukuphola ngoba angisekho isiphithiphithi. Manje sengisendlini yami ngipholile. Yeah. Noma incane kodwa ngithola ukuphumula. Ukuhlula eAlexandra bengihleli. eAlexandra bengihleli kanje imali ijathi la khona belilikhulu. Kodwa bekuminyene kakhulu. Yeah. Manje lapha ngihlalele kahle empty. Memezela abafana. Hey wozani lokwenza ukuthi bese. Memezela.
Unyaka engaki ulo hlala la gogo?
Nginenyanga ezi3.
3 years.
3 months.
3 months.
3 months ngila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How and why did you select Gogo to be the recipient of the upgrade?
She's the oldest pensioner around Extension 7, and as we know that she's a pensioner, we think it will be good if we select her, we develop her house because she can't afford. And one other thing is that Gog Elsie have a big family. She had grandchildren and great-grandchildren that she's staying with. I think it will improve Gogo's life because she'll live better. As we know, in old Alex, there's no enough space. The people are staying in one yard, being a lot of families. So Gogo here, she will be with her family only, and I think by that Gogo's life will be much better because she'll be in a good environment and have space for her life.
Dev Subnandan is the contractor who has been involved in building new houses in Alexandra and will manage the renovation on the house.
Dev, tell us, what are some of the improvements that Gogo would like done on a house?
Yes, I've spoken briefly to Gogo, and what she liked done is, first thing, she wanted fencing around the house, and then she also wanted a living space increased, but generally she's happy with what we agreed upon now. Actually, the first thing we identified was Gogo wants a fence here, right? And I suggested to her that the fence should be rather a palisade fence instead of a brick fence, because of the restricted space we have. Actually, we're going now into the bathroom. As you can see, it's a very restricted space, and therefore, instead of putting a bath, We're creating a shower in the corner here, and obviously it also saves on electricity with lesser water being used. And also what we're looking at is the ceilings to the bedroom, the kitchen, and the bathroom as well. Fair enough, I think we can do that.
Business as 80 is quite good, eh?
90.
90, wow.
90.
Good,
90.
good. Yeah.
And she still wants to go strong and still wants to sustain herself
Yes.
and not be dependent on people. What a pleasure talking to her. I really had some compassion when she spoke to me, and I really feel, and I told her I would love to live your age. She says, you can do it, do what I do.
Our next recipient is truly special. She has lived for over 100 years, and she deserves to spend the rest of her years in comfort.
Lisbeth Nkosi is 108 years old. She has lived through 2 world wars, South Africa under the British, under apartheid, and has actually lived to witness the dawn of our new democracy.
108-year-old Lisbeth Nkosi, along with her 81-year-old daughter Maria, have finally lived to see themselves receive new homes.
Manifika la kwendleleni bekumkhukhu.
Umkhukhu
Tshela
sazakhele
ukuthi kuze kanjani ukuthi lo mkhukhu niwenze kwenje.
sizakhele obviously size lapha sekuthola le ndawo sazakhela manje umkhukhu yawazi uhlala uvuze akumnandanga vele.
Please tell us, what are the challenges that you face living here, and especially having an old Magogo? Tell us, how is it difficult for you to keep up?
Ngisakuthola ukuhlupheka esihlala unganamanzi kunanagesi amanzi besambiswa kale kude okunzima ngikuthola hayi ugogo ngiyambeka ngoba ngifuna ukuthi bamthathe yabo ngifuna ahlale nami.
What are some of the successes that have come from the BNG breaking new ground for housing delivery in the community?
Well, breaking new grounds dictate that you don't build houses on the peripheries where there are no transport, where there are no economic activities.
How is this going to impact on the lives of Maria and Gogo Elizabeth?
In more ways than one. For example, where she's currently staying now, they are in a shack, and she's got the great-grandchildren who, when she passes on, will remain with a roof over their head, a roof that they, in the long term, can use to generate income. The arrangement of allocating both houses to one family is not a coincidence, because Maria herself, by virtue of her age, is a pensioner, and she also is supposed to benefit in terms of this directive of putting aside 10% of the project for the aged. And an opportunity presented itself where it was a coincidence that 2 houses are vacant, which 2 houses can be allocated to both of them so that Maria can look after her 108 aged man.
You spoke to Maria and Lisbeth. What are some of their concerns that they raised with you in regards to upgrading their house?
Well, first we were looking at leveling the terrain, putting in a driveway, a walkway for her wheelchair, implementing a stoop in the front for her to rest in the afternoons and so on. And then to gain accessibility to her daughter, we would have to put in a further walkway between the 2 premises. As you can see, this is a standard steel door.
Okay. Oh, ladies first.
We're going to look at tiling the entire place for Gogo. In this section of the kitchen, we will be putting in kitchen cupboards, as well as a gas stove, a gas geyser, and further cupboards on that side. This is the door to the bathroom. Here we're looking at putting in a handicapped toilet cistern and pan, including the rails that she can actually hold on to herself so that she can be seated. Next to the toilet, we're looking at building up a small wall with a glass partition. The shower, we're going to put in a sloping floor. As you can see, the space is limited, so we will be using the one access door. It will be an open plan shower with just a sloping drainage. So when she does shower, the water won't run into the flat, it will stay in the shower. Here we have the bedroom. What we're looking at doing here, the width is already accessible for a wheelchair. So we're just going to put in a rail with one of these sliding open-closed doors. Security aspect, we're looking at putting burglar proofing throughout the entire house, as well as on the main front door. As I've mentioned, we are palisading the entire 2 houses, so that should keep Gogo and her daughter safe and secure.
Benginganandlu, ngahlala isikhathi eside nginganandlu. Namhla ngiyajabula ngithola indlu, ngathola umiliyoni, wangifunela indawo ngaze ngayithola. Nami ngiyambonga, nokuhlupheka kuphelile, besihlupheka sihambe sihlala.
Gogo, what do you think of this house that you're finally getting?
Ngithanda yonke into ngoba senginendlu nomama unendlu. Uduze kwami. Bengiwa naye ngivuka naye. Ngijabulile ngithola indlu. Thola nejadi elikhulu nabantu abami, izizukulu zami zizodlala kamnandi ihlale nami. Kuze zijabule nazo. Ngibonga impela, ngibonga noNkulunkulu. Ngibonga nina nonke.
Over the next few weeks, we are going to renovate these homes and show you step by step how you can do the same to yours.
So if you've renovated your home, email us a picture of your home to bng@housing.gov.za or post it to PO Box 31201, Bromfontein 2017. Now at the end of the show, we're going to select 9 winners, 1 from each province, to win building materials to the value of 10,000 Rand to make your dream home a reality.
That's it for this edition of Breaking New Ground. See you again next week.
And from me to Lisitole, goodbye for now.